my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful darlings, darlings. Now, I know, I'm a day late, but I did it on purpose because I wanted to specifically do it today. Don't ask me why, I just did. So we won't be questioning that. But we do have a lot to talk about. Let me check the time before I start so I don't bore you out of your mind, but I do get what I want covered. Okay, so today's topic is the elections, UK, France, US. What is coming? Be ready. So much is going on. So much is happening. Wallis has been down the rabbit hole, searching, looking, connecting, feeling. Not much sleep going on though, darlings. Do I look tired? Do I look a bit, getting older? Do I look a bit ordinary? I probably do because I'm not sleeping too well. Part of all of this stuff going on, and partly because of the new addition to the family. Oh, I didn't realise what it would be like. I'd forgotten what it's like to have a new or a little puppy. And hopefully they're quiet at the moment and they're going to leave us alone for this video to take place so we don't have lots of interruptions. I've got so much going on in my life and I'm sure that you have as well. Look, transformation, new haircut. So if you feel like doing a whole makeover on yourself, doing a whole, uplift on you, go do it. Just go do it. I pestered my hairdresser to fit me in and, let me, come and get my hair cut. I was feeling very dowdy, very ordinary, not me enough, I like to be a bit edgy, a bit, as you probably all know. So I had to pester my poor hairdresser and say, could you fit me in for a haircut? So there you go. I've had a haircut and a bit of an uplift, and we need it. I'm rattling on about my haircut because I want you, all you gorgeous, lovely, wonderful. I wish I could get each one of you and give you a big hug, and I might, yeah. I'm thinking about some things that are going to happen in the future, and which are going to be face-to-face stuff. This is all good. I love it, but I like being, I like being around people. I like the energies. I want to be with you all. I want to have, time with you and spend, chatter with you. And I'm working on how that might look. Big bus. I'm looking at that. Okay, so now the topic is elections, UK, France, US. What is coming? Be ready. And shall I talk about that first? Okay, a bit of shameless self-promotion first. I am going to say, please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe because it does help us. I'd love to do the big push. I think we're still a little ways off getting through to having 4,000 subscribers. But, at the moment, God, I can't wait for the day when maybe we've got 100,000. Wouldn't that be absolutely fabulous? But one by one, inch by inch, I'm reaching out and we're reaching people, and I've got lots of creation and co-creation and lots of things in the pipeline, including another book. I'm going to put out another book. I love writing. I love it. So what is it that you love doing? In the comments below, can you let me know? And I'm thinking, so far, I've just put a little heart on things, but I actually feel I'm going to try and see if I can make the time to actually put in some comments and comment to your comments. So give me some more comments, give me some more feedback. And don't forget, subscribe, hit the button below and subscribe. And we have another psychic soiree coming up, and that's going to be in August for $47, a couple of hours with me. Go in and on boldnotold.com.au and join that. I didn't make 2 times this time. I didn't make it a time for the US or a time for Europe, and we're all going to have to try and fit in, including us wonderful people here in Oz. And you can fit in because it starts about 9 in the morning here, but it's about 7 in the night US time, a couple of hours. And we're going to do your numbers. I'm going to show you how much numbers make a difference in your life. And there's lots and lots of really fabulous things in the pipeline. I'm boiling over with it at the moment. I think that's why I can't sleep very well. But, I've got so much running around in my mind and so much going on in my bloody head. My poor old head's, having to work overtime to keep up. Okay, so that's a little bit of shameless self-promotion on the and please come and have a reading with me. I'd just love you to come and have a half-hour reading. It's not going to take up too much of your time, and I'd love to help you in any way that I can. Okay, comments this week though. Karen Stoneman, thank you, and please comment more. I know you said you don't comment very often, but I'm happy for you to comment. And I want all of you, I want you to comment and tell me what's going on with you at the moment. What transition are you in? Because I know you're all in transition. I know it. I can feel it. I've got it. And it's happening to us all. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, which is very, very important, which is why all this stuff is going on with elections and all that sort of stuff is going on in our world. I want you to be ready. Remember a while ago I kept banging on the last few videos about expect the unexpected, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why you need to expect the unexpected, okay? But we'll go through that in a minute. So thank you, Karen. And as I said, please comment more. Texas Lady, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Martin from the UK, you're a darling, Martin. Thank you so much. Thanks for comments. I look forward to it. And you too, Nick. I go through and I go, where's Nick? Has he turned up yet? Where's Martin? Is Martin along? And when I see you, I sort of almost like I see your lovely faces, and there you are. Okay, so the other thing is that Suzanne Williams, the gorgeous lady with the great-grandchildren, I did a reading for you and I could hear all these kids, all these children, and you said they were your great-grandchildren. If you don't want to comment here, you can drop me a line at Wallis, WALLIS, at boldnotold.com.au, and fill me in. If you don't want to make comments on open comments here, feel free to email me and fill me in, because I did hear all those kids, and there's a lot of pressure, a lot of feeling, in on your life, darling. And what's that about? Can I help? Is there something that we need to talk about, something that's going on with you? And last but not least, and I am going to do a couple of readings. I'm going to do one for you, Mel, and from Austria. And I'm going to also make a comment about the Bitcoin thing. I did say in my last reading, and I'm going to tell you why also around this elections, this UK, France and the US, and why it's all happening, and what's going on with all that in a few minutes. And I don't want to labour it. I just simply want to encapsulate what's going on there, what's happening, why all that is going on. and then I'm going to do a reading around it. I am going to do a reading on all of that, and then I'm going to do a reading. Get a wriggle on. I'll do a reading for you, Mel, and in Austria, and Erica in New York. So if you're listening, and hang about, because I'm going to do a reading for you, darlings. But I am going to say this. I'm going to, Mel, fill you in on the Bitcoin thing, and I'm going to do it in relation to the whole thing around, and you'll get it. I do hope you get it, because I don't want it to be financial advice. I'm not giving you financial advice, okay? I'm not. But I am giving you what's going on in the world, where we're headed, and you read into that what you will. Okay, darling? You read into that what you think that all means. And that's the best I can do in saying to you about the gold and silver and the Bitcoin thing. And we all want to know about money. And I think down the line, I'm going to do a thing with you on manifesting, because I manifest in my own life, and I change my life by manifesting. And so I'm not an expert, but I do have a bit to say on that, and I do have a bit of practice around it. And I do like fabulous things, and I do like to live nicely, and I do live nicely. So I'll I want to share some things with you around that at some time. We're going to do that. So if that's of interest to you, a manifesting workshop. I like to keep them to a couple of hours, then we can expand out if there's a lot more interest. But I like to keep my get-togethers around a couple of hours, because I think that's about as much as people can commit themselves to at the moment. There's all these big day workshops and all this stuff, and that's all very well, but I think unless you're really, really focused and that's something that you're pursuing, a couple of hours is about as good as it gets for you. So I like to just do a couple of hour workshops, maybe a little bit longer if we do a manifesting one, but it might not. It just might be, manifesting 1 and 2 or something. And it'll be around the same sorts of money. I'm just keeping things around $47 US, because I think that's manageable by most people. Of course, to make it worthwhile for me, it's a numbers thing, but that'll build. I don't get into that too much. Okay, so comment though if what you'd like to learn about. Tell me, and I'll do my best to help you in some way. If I can't, if it's not going to be something that I feel I'd like to do or want to do, then I'll point you in. I'll give you some books to read, or I'll point you in the right direction to give you something that might be of help to you. I just want to help you, okay? I really, really want to help you, because I want you to live a fabulous life. I don't want you to be, mulling around in all the quagmire, so to speak. Okay, let's get on with it. Elections, UK, France, US. What's coming? Be ready. Now, this is not going to happen overnight, but there is going to be some enormous, enormous shifts taking place. I said that, be prepared to be surprised, because what's happening is this. We're seeing, if we look to the heavens, we're seeing Jupiter. We're seeing this movement. We're seeing a whole movement. This is about a 264, 68-year cycle. And that planet is moving into Aquarius. Okay, what does that mean? It means that it's a changing of the guard, so to speak. So it's the end of an old cycle, and you're going to see some enormous changes. That's why you're feeling the changes within yourself. Others talk about it in the fact that we're changing our DNA and we're moving to more crystal beings. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things taking place. But I can promise you this, that with this movement, this planet moving, 268-year cycle, it's already begun. There's no stopping it, darlings. It's not like you have a choice. It's not like, stop the planet, I want to get off. You're on it. You came here for the ride, you came here for the journey, and you came here to learn, which is why you're here listening to me. And I am sharing with you some of the things that are important to you. Why is it important? Why have we seen the UK changing of the guard? Why have we seen France changing of the guard? In the US, we'll see Jupiter dip back in and come out again around in November, where it'll look like everything's sort of got back to normal. It's not going to happen. We are not going backwards. We are going forwards. Now, we are moving from this whole top-down structure that we've been living in, that we've engendered, that we've been part of. We've either supported up to a certain point and then changed our mind because we got smarter and brighter and we got more understanding and more knowledge, which we have, and we've now gone, nah, it's not believable. Sorry, I'm not believing the story anymore. And I'm not believing the play. You haven't got me. Sorry. And that's how we're feeling. Are we all feeling that way? Comment. I know that's how you're feeling, because I can feel all your energies. We're all going, no, I'm not buying it anymore. And we're all in that boat. Okay, so now to answer your thing about Bitcoin, Mel, this top-down structure is right across the board. It's our politics, it's our economies, it's our social structures, it's everything as we know it is coming to an end. End. You got it? E-N-D. End. Ending. And we're going to see a change. Now, it's going to come in fairly quickly, but it will also take probably, we'll see it all really, really radically change. We'll see an enormous change in ourselves and the way in which we live and what we think and feel and the way in which we operate, the amount of empathy that we have, the way in which we level up the playing field, so to speak. And that's exactly what's going on in the world right now. Why? Because people are going, nah, it's not, we don't have enough equality. We don't have enough level playing field for all of us to live and survive well. And, we can't have all the silver and gold here and the people here struggling to eat. You get it? I don't want to get on a platform about this, darlings, but I do want you to know that this movement, this transit in the heavens, and that's what they're telling me, this transit in the heavens. And you see it in astrology. If you're au fait with astrology, you probably already know this. Go take a look. But this whole movement, and it's really, really big time in the US, because this is about, if I say that this is about youth, this is about a younger energy, it is, and it doesn't mean that people like me or people who are a little bit older, it's like the Hopi Indians said, we're the ones we've been waiting for. We have the knowledge, we have the wisdom, we have the understanding. We can keep this balanced. We can hold this in our capable hands and our understanding. Whoa. Um, whoa, my heart. Um, we're holding the space for this. And we're going to see, I want you to be ready for it, because this changing structure, this movement, this, I don't buy it anymore. I want different. I want a different world to live in. I want one that's got more empathy. I want one that's more caring. I want one that sees our animals on, par with ourselves. I want to live in a world that doesn't war all the time with itself, that's not run by and commanded by warlords. I want different, and we're getting it. We're getting it. I didn't want to cover all this early on in my videos. I guess I just wanted to sort of settle in a bit, but I do want to share that with you, and I do want to tell you that part of that, and this comes back to you, Mel, in this change of the guard, this change in structure, this bottom-down turnaround, is going to see the individual more in control, the individual having more say, the individual running their lives more in control and more hands-on. That's part of the deal. Now, that also means that the economy as we know it is going to change, and this whole area where people build their own economy. Pardon me, you got it, Mel? People build their own economy, but just make sure that whatever you do, if you buy Bitcoin or you're in the, you're in the, finance area that's all different, a different playing field, just make sure that you're the one in control of your dollars, your bucks, okay? You're the one that gets to handle those. Don't get too carried away. Keep an eye on the fact that at the end of the day, it's your money. And that's part of this new deal. That's part of it. That's part of the whole financial area, the whole political area. Will there be an election in the US? It'll be interesting. Will they? I don't. Will they? Because this particularly affects the US. You've seen it in France. You've seen it in the UK. This is a whole changing of the guard. This is out with the old, in with the new. If you go back and you see the last time that Pluto moved through the planets, you can trace it back to the French Revolution, all sorts of things going on. I just want you to be prepared. I want you to be aware. I want you to take control of your own life. And I want you to know it's okay to say, I'm not buying it anymore. Okay. All right. Now, I was going to do a reading on it, but I think I've probably said enough on it. But I do want to do a reading for those couple of people that I promised, and I don't want to run too much over time, because then that's not good for you and it's not good for the show. But I do have a few minutes. I'll come back to that whole thing around, but be assured, it's because we have this whole movement, this whole Pluto moving, 265, 68, this cycle ending, moving in. It's going to dip back in and come back out again between late September, mid-November. Very interesting for the US elections. It's already moving and you're already seeing it. If you're not watching, listening to what's going on, then, you've got no one else to blame but you. Sorry, darlings, that's the hard news. She's going to be a bit firm about it. Don't stick your head in the sand, your bum in the air. And woo, here they come. Don't stick your head in the sand, your bum in the air. I want you to be on it, okay, on it. Here they come, the light beings, they're coming. Why? Because I'm going to do a reading here, Mel, Austria. Yeah, I'm going to do a little reading for you. You asked. Here they come. Here's the light coming. Doesn't matter what time of the damn day is it. When they come, they come. Oh, welcome, one and all. Okay, let me just do this. This reading this week is full of boisterous energy, is what I'm feeling. It's full of this, this boisterous energy, and it's all as a result of this. It's all as a result of this wanting. I want you to take charge. I want you to be in charge, take charge of your life. And don't think this isn't going to happen. Okay, let me take those two cards out for you, Mel. Very interesting. Okay. Oops, another one. All right, I'm going to show you those in a minute, darling, while I do this bit of a reading. And in fact, what I'm going to do is they've come out, so I'm going to put the other cards out around them. We have a Queen of Swords. We have this one here, which is, I love it. It's the Seven of Cups. I love it. It's all about emotion and caring, and there's some good things there. As above, so below. Good stuff. King of Wands. Now, the first thing that came to me, Mel, was that who have you got around you? You've got, is it your mum or your mum or somebody around you who's, I'd say they're just they're mature age, right? I'm going to say they're older. They may well be, but they're mature age. So I'm going to say there's this mature age woman around you. Blonde, redhead, mature age, okay? She has a lot to say. And she has a lot of opinions. And she's pretty strong. And she's... this is her here, this Queen of Swords here. She's, you're listening, darling. You're listening, aren't you? You're listening to her and what she's saying. And that's not to detract from her. I'm not putting her down, darling. I'm just simply saying you're listening a lot to what she says because she's in her head a lot. And she's got a lot of analysis, and there could be a paralysis in that. So I'm just saying that perhaps step back from that a bit, step back from the listening. This one here, this King of Wands, sorry, here, this person here. First, when it first came out, I got you. So I felt this was you, and I felt that you were you're entrepreneurial. You're all about new growth. You like looking ahead. You like planning. You like doing things. You like being in and of things, and you're about new growth. And sometimes wands people who are gorgeous people. Can get a bit swamped by the swords. And interestingly enough, if you look around your neighbourhood, you can see the wands and the swords and the cups people. If you've got the people in your neighbourhood are always on the go, and they're always having something to say, and they might even be a bit warring. They're always shouting, and they're the swords people. And the other people who quietly go about their lives, and you see them turn up with a nice new car, or they get their house renovated, or they do those sorts of things. They're usually the wands people. They like to get on and get things done. And the cups people, the pentacles people, well, you know who they are, because they're the people who like nice things. I'm not going to say they're a bit showy, but they like nice things, and They do have them. Sometimes they have them parked out the front of their house, but they're the people who, and they take holidays, and they seem to have a nice life. They're the Pentacles people, and the Cups people are the people who, if they're not very careful, they get into all of they get into everybody else's stuff, and they get all emotional about it all, and they get caught up about it all. Anyway, um, but that's just a little bit of interest. I look around me immediately, and I know, who's who and what in the zoo, so to speak, because I just watch them and I know the sorts of things that they do and where they fall within those four categories. Okay, so this is the cups. It's emotional, and but it's also very good, Mel. It's also about achieving things, and you're an achiever. You want to achieve things. Um, I just feel at the moment you're being held back a bit by some opinions and thoughts of others, and what's coming to me. Okay, I'm going to give you what's coming, Mel. I don't mean this, I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings, darling, because I'm not. But stop listening to too many people and don't share too much, doll. I think you're probably sharing a bit too much. You're trying to share ideas because you feel by sharing ideas you'll get opinions and that'll help you. I don't know that it will. I think you'll be more helped if you spend a bit of time with yourself and you just listen up to you, and what your inner compass, your inner directory is saying to you. Okay, let's just have a quick look, Mel. Okay, all right, okay. I got this pack upside down. Don't know. Okay, yes. Okay. All right. The other cards that came out was the Emperor, the Four of Cups, and uh, eight of eight of cups. Now, the Emperor's a goodie, because the Emperor's about moving on. It's about ideas. You've got it. You've got it, Mel. You've got it in hand. You've got it. You know where you're going, what you're doing. There is an opportunity for you. Don't overthink it, Dal. Don't overthink it. There is an opportunity. Now, it's either coming or you've got it. It's been handed to you, but you're just not sure about it. Don't overthink it. That's all I'm saying. And don't get into talking about it too much with others. Okay? Okay. Now, to do this, to have this, you also need to be leaving something. Pardon me. You need to be walking away from something. You need to be putting something aside and letting it go. And that's a bit of a struggle. Back, I'm going to say, Mel, back into the inner you, and start relying on some of your own intuition and some of what's there for you. Will you do that? Because it's all there. You've got it. You've got it in hand. You know what it's about. You just simply have got yourself all caught up in sharing too much and getting too many opinions. Hope that helps, darling. Give me some feedback. I don't mind the feedback. That's what I get. That's what I got. Okay, Erica, New York. Pardon me. Now, darling, I'm going to do a quick reading for you. Now, this is yours, Erica, in New York. I've got the hiccups. There you go. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Card that fell out here. Oh, look at this. 3, 6, 9, 10. Pardon me. A 10 of cups. I'll tell you what I get off that in a minute. Okay, I'm going to just do a little bit more shuffle for you, Erica, in New York. There's another one, determined. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, now the other card that came out, darling, was this one, the devil. Okay, so the two cards are the devil and the cups. Now, what am I getting? What am I getting from this? I'm just going to go with it energetically. What I'm getting, and what I'm getting is you're feeling. What's this mean? I just don't know. Trying to keep something out, trying to cope with something by crossing your arms and, not ignoring it, but just in a way going, oh, just don't want to know about it. Okay, so you're feeling tied to something. But if you take a good look at it, honey, a good look, you're not. You're not tied to it, whatever it is you think you're tied to. Is it a relationship or whatever it is, there's something you're feeling tied to. But you're not. You're not tied to it. Let me get my kid up here. Hang on, kid. Come in at the end of the video. Here it is. Isn't she growing? And they always say don't bring pets and kids along. It's true because this one wants to eat your face. So if you can just be quiet while Mummy does and finishes off her video, then we'll get to play. So the devil card is about feeling tied to something, darling, that you're not tied to, okay? Because you're feeling that way, but you're not. Need a different perspective. Get a different perspective. It's like standing in the room. I can see whatever out through the window, but if I turn around, I can see here. If I turn back here, I can see here. It's a different perspective. I want you to get a different perspective on it. You've got the strength to do that. I want you to use it. Okay, you're thinking about going away. You're thinking about taking a trip. Might be a good time to get away. Now's the time, love. And yeah, okay. This person, is it a person you're feeling tied to? They're a thinker. They're in their heads. You know what came in for me? What came in for me was a father figure, a father, an older man around you. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the older man around you, and he's in his head, and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. There's a lot of head stuff going on at the moment with people, darling, and others are doing, well, it's all about, the old order and this whole thing about control and needing to control situations and circumstances and feeling that that's the only way that, survival, can be gotten by, control. It's not true. It's just simply not true. We've got it all wrong. So if you're thinking about taking a trip, and I feel that you might be, are you thinking about, well, you've thought about it anyway. Are you still thinking about it? If you're still thinking about it and you've thought about it, go do it, okay? Don't get caught up in all that other. And I want you to know that whatever's going on, you're not tied to anything. Nothing. Zilch, zappo. You're the one in control. Now, I'm going to pop these back. I didn't get time to do a whole reading around that other, but I did have a lot to say about it. And more and more's coming, more and more's happening. We may even, revisit a bit of this stuff next week. It's certainly very exciting, this change, this total change for humanity. And I'm talking big. That's just big stuff. We won't know ourselves. It's that bigger stuff. It's that bigger change. It's that bigger movement. And within that, think about the opportunities that exist for you when you look at changing the play, changing the script. So you have a play and you go, no, I'm not buying this. I don't see it like that. And so, okay, what do you see it like? What do you want? How do you want your life to be? And what are the things that you can put in place that will give you that life? And what opportunities are going to exist within that change? Where are the growth areas within that change? Get out there and find out. Okay, that's it from me. I've said enough. I'm sure that I've blown your ears off this week. But it's all good. It's all fabulous. I'm doing the same thing. I'm not doing any different than you. And I'm looking at, a whole lot of things and going, well, this whole change in order, take a look at it. It's already happening. The UK, France, more and more's coming. The US, it'll feel like around September to November, late September to early, mid-November, you're going to feel like it's all, oh, well, I don't know, it all looks, a bit normal, sort of, but it's not. And that's not going to last. It's only just a little bit of a dip back as it turns and continues on its next 248-year journey. And huge, massive change. Now, there's not one of you right now, before I go, can tell me that you don't feel the energies and you don't feel the pressure cooker and you don't feel a bit lost in it all. But I don't want you to be. I want you now to look at it and go, I'm not lost in this. I'm right on the cusp, looking out at new opportunity, new growth, new ideas. Where do I fit in? Thank you. Love you all. You know I do. And comment. And I'll see you next week on Wednesdays with Wallis, Psychic Medium. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.